everyone, it's Andy from Hobby Headquarters. Well, welcome to our home studio. I know yesterday I was kind of more over to the side over there, but I forgot I had to set up my computer to do all my editing and stuff with it, so kind of had to make some room in here, and I wanted to do everything in one room in the house rather than have to push it all over the place. But the reason you guys are here today is we have a brand new kit to share with you guys today. This is Tamiya's 100% new molds KV1, and it is a beaut inside there. We were lucky enough to get an early sample copy. The actual kit itself, as of now, is due out in May. You know, the world's kind of crazy right now. Hopefully it'll still be out in May, but we're hoping that it will be. We'll just say it that way. So, like I said, it's a 100% new kit. It has link tracks, which, man, I'm in love with right now. They are super detailed, very easy to put together, and look better than any type of rubber bands out there. So very happy Tamiya has gone with that. And there's also a figure inside there. So today's video, I'm going to just basically do a review. We're going to show you the parts inside there. I am planning on building it, and we'll get it all built up. And it'll take just a few days, I'm sure, on this one here, because it's a Tamiya kit. So. Also, one of the other things too, we talked about earlier about doing a Q&A. I'm going to try to do that later on today. If not, we might have to postpone it like a day or two, just because this came a little bit quicker than I thought it was, so it kind of changes things around. But one question I will answer, and I'll let you see it at the end of the review portion of this video, is people said they wanted to see the room in here, where we're filming at and things like that. And I thought, okay, so I just did a quick little couple minutes to buzz around in here. This is my toy room in my house. It's a conglomeration of all the toys. I have two sons, and we still build Legos and things like that. So when they come over, just like when they were little kids, so it all got put into this one room right here. And I filmed just like 2 minutes just to show you what everything's going on in there. So let's get started. Okay, I'm so excited. It's early morning here on Thursday, and thankfully UPS came first thing in the morning and delivered the new KV1 model 1941 early production from Tamiya. It's in 35th scale, and from what I understand, this kit is due out in May. Now, with all the stuff that's happening in the world right now, I'm not quite sure if that's going to still remain the same, although we do have box art and a complete kit. It's not a white box, which is usually like a pre-production kit that's way off in advance. Because it actually has the actual box here, that's a good indication that it's pretty much done, and it's just a matter of making all the production going on. So as we find out more on this, we will certainly let you know. Love building Russian armor. First of all, the green that we put on the Russian armor, and then when we get to beat it up and rust it and tear it all up right there, it really shows off well on this type of vehicle. Certain colors, you know, take to weathering better than others, and because it's going to have a lot of rough texture on the turret and you know, just things like that that can really give it a gritty type of effect. So let's take a look at the actual kit. And the very first sprue we're going to take a look at is the turret sprue. To start off, slide molded barrel, one piece all the way around there, and then we're going to take a really close-up look at the texturing. I looked at this briefly a minute ago before we started filming. I was really impressed. All the little nicks and gouges inside here. Wow, look at that. That is really nicely done. That is going to show up so nice once we go to weather and beat it up a little. Move over to here. Tamiya is including a figure on this one, which is quite common now. It seems like on all their new kits, they're always at least including one commander figure. Man, that is beautiful. Did a very nice job. So that is our first sprue. Next, we're going to take a look at the hull. I have to admit right off, I didn't realize how big this KV1 was. I remember building that SMK, which was, you know, even longer yet because it was a stretch KV1, but looking at this, I was just really, wow, this is a long tank. So as you can see, it's not a bathtub style hull, but having built tons of Tamiya kits, you know how well all of this is going to fit together, and because of that, all of this detail was put into place here. so we don't have to worry about, you know, gluing all these extra little pieces on, which is kind of sometimes just busy work when you know it's just going to line up every time. So this is going to make up to a, well, almost, probably with everything said and done, probably about 10 inches long. So very nice. And we'll move on to the next sprue here. I should point out too, I'm actually on my backyard patio right now. The light is pretty good out here. I didn't bring all my lighting and stuff from work, or the natural light that I normally have there, so, and that's my dog barking in the background. So let's, okay, now we're going to take a look at the wheel sprues. And let's see, no suspension on this sprue, but you do get two identical copies, obviously one for each side. So we have all of our road wheels here. Drive sprocket, idler, return rollers up here. These are all the frames, or the, you know, the supports for the fenders. And you got half of the turret ring right here with teeth in it. And so we've got those two sprues. And here is the Fender Sprue. Once again, really long. I'm still taken back by how big that actually looks there. And finally, we have two identical sprues, which got stuck together here. There we go. And these are our track sprues, tracks and suspension arms. First of all, it's Lincoln Link tracks. Very nice. I love these. Tamiya is doing a phenomenal job lately. I think the detail is incredible on them. And you already have that pre-done sag, as you can see right there. Almost, honestly, those look like they're regular tracks that almost have glued together. You put a little, clean up any, you know, push pin marks and put some wash in there. It'll really, really nice. So, like I said, two pieces of that. We've got our decals here, very simple. Just some Russian markings for the side of the vehicle, as you can see there. Also, there is a bag, which we're not going to open this bag right now. We're going to do it until we build it. We've got like a headlight cover, poly caps, and tow cables made out of string right there. And lastly, we're going to just take a quick peek at the instructions. Although, you know, most Tamiya instructions are very similar, very, very clear and concise, and really easy to follow. Sometimes people request that when I do my review videos to actually just kind of show the instructions a little bit, how basically it goes together. And this kit is going to be a, you know, typical Tamiya one. Pour the glue in the box, shake it up, and it'll be pretty much built on its own. So only 23 steps in this, and I think we're going to have a really, really, really nice looking tank. Now this is something I want to show you guys too. I was looking at this earlier in the instructions. You know, we have our color plates here. So obviously it's Russian armor, World War II. It's going to be all green. But is this thing down here? I'm going to zoom it in here. So according to this, the German frontline troops were given wooden and paper models of the KV-1 in scale about 1/20th to help identify the tank. And Tamiya is giving you a 1/20th scale in 1/35th scale paper model. That I mean, that'd be really tiny to cut up and do. But if you do that, you can have a little paper mock-up that the German army did. And then here is the wooden one that they're talking about that they would use. So, you know, like I said, they can identify it. So it's something a little bit different. And then, of course, there's a history of the vehicle itself. So that's it. Now I'm going to show you right at the end of me docking here. We'll show you the actual stills of all the sprues now. there you go, guys. There's a quick little review of the KV-1. Like I said, I'm going to get started on it fairly soon here. Then, like I said, right after this, you're going to just see the little scenes of the inside of the room in here. Oh, one other question, too, I get all the time is on my Stormtrooper here. Believe it or not, this is not just a statue. This is actually real wearable armor that my son and I built up. It was a kit from, I can't even think of the name of the company right now, but I've actually put this thing on right here and worn it, and it's super, super cool to have, but I was able to get a mannequin and put it all on top of that, so it stays as a nice display piece in there. So stick around and you'll take a quick little review of the room. I want to thank you guys as always for watching, and please stay tuned because we have many more videos coming. Okay guys, let's show you where we're going to be filming our at-home videos. Just kind of give you a little layout here. This is what I call my toy room in my house. We'll be in between here and the den. As you can see, we have a complete Lego city going on and a whole bunch of other buildings we still have to build on that. My sons come over, we act just like when they were little and build a bunch of Legos, and over the years they've kept all of that stuff still here at our house. Those cabinets are full of all of our Sideshow collectibles, which you still need to get a big display case, probably someday even in the store, to show all those off. More cabinets over here. That is my big Stormtrooper blaster I built a few years back, and the little Stormtrooper blasters, which are all that stuff is just made out of wood and PVC, plastic, things like, and some resin parts. And the reason I have all of that is because of our co-host for the vlog is our Stormtrooper. So I've got my little desk set up there. As we turn back around here, we're gonna have our tripod over here. There's a picture I just bought that I still need to put up in here somewhere. As you can see, we're big Disney fans in this house, so we will set up the tripod right there and record and show you guys videos from here.